So Coop, what's up, Coop? What's going on? We record, man.
Hey, everything's good, man. What's happening?
Nothing chilling, man. Just wanted to reach out to you, talk to you about some boxing, man.
Yeah. Hey,
Talk
man,
about
listen, it's a lot going on in boxing right now. It's a lot
yeah,
happening.
yeah, man.
So,
What's your thoughts on? We'll start. I guess we're gonna start with with the upset. Ryan Garcia lost to Rolly Romero. Um, you know what? Listen, man. Shout out to Rolly because I reached out to Rolly, but I got something going. I had something going on. I was
yeah.
not able to respond back to him, but he was ready. He was trying to come on TBISE, man. And
Okay.
I couldn't get around to him because we had to go to Cleveland. But shout out to Rolly Romero, man. He was trying to get on TBIC, but Rolly got the upset, and I was kind of I thought I ain't gonna lie, I thought that Wisconsin was probably clipping, but you got to remember though, Coop, you know Ryan been off for a while, and
Yeah.
Rolly, even though he was losing, he was active, man.
Yes. And Rolly, got to remember they have an extensive what do you
Sparring,
call it? Sparring history. They fought in the amateurs against each other. So
yeah,
Rolly knew Ryan. To be honest with you, Rolly reminds me of Roach against Gervonta.
mm,
They kind of knew each other. He understood. He from way back in the day. He already understood how Ryan his twitch, how he threw his hands, and he studied the Tank fight.
yeah,
He kind of studied how Tank stretched his arm out, touched him a little bit, and then countered off that left hook. But I again, this makes boxing beautiful. That's what we love about boxing.
yeah.
Everybody being brought back to earth. Everybody got to fight each other again. The competition is thick. It's good for boxing, man. It's a good
So,
thing.
so like Ryan, right after
Yeah.
this loss, I just put something out, man. I was like, we gotta put Ryan on suicide watch. You see that he was crying. I'm not saying he's gonna kill himself, but when I say suicide,
I didn't mean to laugh.
when I say suicide, I mean like he might start going back to getting
Drinking.
high,
Yeah.
drinking. You
Yeah.
know, not saying per se put the pistol to his head to kill himself, but he might start killing himself and start going into something
Yeah.
where he can't recover, man.
Yeah. He
I'm a
crashing out.
little afraid for him because everybody was thinking he was going to knock Rolly out, man. You know what I'm saying?
I did. It was a few people that told me that he wasn't going to knock Rolly out, but I was one of the ones. I thought he was going to knock Rolly out. I said he going to catch Rolly with one of them left hooks. Rolly's been knocked out a couple of times. He been phased after what Gervonta did to him. I thought he was off his. That he was declining.
Yeah.
But styles make fights, and that's what makes boxing beautiful. That's the sweet science of boxing, is styles make fights. So Ryan, I hope Ryan is not on suicide watch. I think Ryan need to go back to his tool bag. He messed up the bag because
Yeah.
it was a $30 million bag waiting for them.
Mhm.
Uh, but he got to go back to the drawing board. He got to get back in the gym. Same thing Gervonta Davis had to do. Everybody got to get back in, figure it out. Devin Haney needs to get back in the gym. He didn't look too good to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's talk about that. So let's talk
Yeah.
about Dev. He was running a lot for me. I wanted to see him stand. I know he probably a little shell shock from that
Yes.
fight with what's called with Ryan, but I
Yeah.
wanted to see him get in there and kind of mix it up a little bit. I
I,
wanted to see him get in there and show he did too much running, man, in my opinion.
I
And
think
that hurt their stock, even though both of them hurt their stock for the next fight. Ryan losing and Haney moving around like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I never thought I'd say this. I'm actually a bigger Devin Haney fan than I was before he lost.
Hmm.
And because I think he has the biggest heart in boxing, right? I think he got one of the biggest hearts in boxing. A lot of the guys that suffered that kind of loss that he suffered wouldn't have got back off the canvas. So he showed me a lot about himself. I was
Mhm.
happy that he stayed away. I feel like this is the kind of performance we should expect from him as he heats back up and he get into some tougher fights. Some guys is gonna make him fight, but he just put a boxing class on that guy.
Yeah.
That guy. I mean, Ramirez didn't do anything to affect what to null and void what Devin Haney was doing. So I thought his boxing was masterful. I think Devin can beat, in my opinion, is not too many guys that probably can beat Devin besides Ryan. So, so I don't know, man. I think I'm actually a bigger fan of Devin Haney right now. Not for the knockouts, not for action fights or anything like that, but I respect who he is. I'll put it that way. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying to you, like that moving around style that he did in that fight.
Yeah.
He's probably will get a lot of backlash because people want to see him punch. People want to see punches being thrown. But I mean, listen, my thing is if it ain't broke, I'm trying to fix it. It maybe if he's moving against Ryan Garcia, we wouldn't have been having this conversation right now.
There you go. And that's
him
sitting. You can't get the fans. You can't give the fans what they want, Feek. You just can't give them. You gotta. It's a business. Mm-hmm. It's boxing, and if the guys can cut you off the ring and they can make them and they can force them to fight, then they got to do that. But I feel like for what kind of fighter he is, we got all these different type of styles in boxing right now. His style is going to be box, get away from you, counter punch. Yeah, he did a lot of movement, but he just came off of a brutal knockdowns and loss. So any of us to get back in the ring at that time, it's probably going to be a little tough for anybody, or a little rusty, a little shell shocked. So he did a lot of running. His stock may have fell a little bit, but it's Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney's going to be able to be in a lot of big fights. I think he's going to give the fans what he can give the fans at this point. But like I said, he's one of my favorite. He's become one of my favorite guys in boxing. Yeah, and in his loss, I gained love for his heart. Yeah. I'll put it that way. So I think he's gonna be fine. I hope he keep doing what he's doing. Do I want him to be more entertaining? I like entertaining fights. Is there guys in a weight class that can give him a challenge? I think so, but we got to remember Ramirez is a 2 to 3 division champion.
Yeah,
he couldn't even force the issue. So as bad as Devin looked, the guy that just everybody in America understand, the guy he's fighting was a world champion.
Yeah,
who cut the ring off, who knocked guys out. He couldn't touch him. So that just tells you how elite of a boxer Devin Haney is. So, and I didn't really think he was going to tussle it up or throw a lot of punches at this guy. I thought he was going to cruise to a victory and get out of there like he did. Hopefully the next fight he give a little bit more action.
Right, so now you look at it, right? So now you look at Ryan performance, you look at Devin performance.
Yes.
Ryan lost, Dev moved around. So what do you think is next for Ryan? Do Ryan go back and rematch Rolly, or he just move on to something else? Or do they have or do him?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I think Ryan doesn't need to fight Rolly again. I think Ryan should go back to his toolbox fight and get another fight, and then come back and fight Devin Haney. That's still a big fight. Yeah, that's still a fight that we will all go and see. It's still a really good fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of remind me of the 80s, huh?
I don't think it should happen next.
No, it's not a good fight next, Feek. It's I don't believe that he needs a tune-up. Yeah, Ryan needs a tune-up. Ryan needs to get his momentum back. He's also rusty.
Yeah, man. I think them two those all this hoopla, all this stuff he's been going through, the being sued, the PEDs, the suspension, everything played, and then now coming back and losing this fight, man, like that's a lot, bro. And then it's like Ryan got a target on his back. He's going through Oscar De La Hoya. He got like 2 fights left. He got maybe I think 1 fight left or 2 fights left with Oscar. He's talking about being his own promoter and moving on doing his own thing. So it's like it's bad for Ryan right now, man.
It's real tough for Ryan. I think Ryan again, I think Ryan, I feel the same thing about him too. I think Ryan is a tough out for most fighters. Rolly was awkward. Gervonta Davis told us that Rolly was an awkward fighter, and he told us that he hit hard.
He
So he told us all these things about Rolly, and when we looked at Rolly, I always told people that I thought that Rolly could beat a lot of guys at 135, and it was a reason why they wasn't fighting him. So
they were counting him out when they saw him get stopped by Tank, but that's Tank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
but then he lost. He did lose to Pitbull.
But Pitbull's another awkward, tough fighter.
Yeah,
I think I don't think Shakur Stevenson beats Pitbull.
You don't think so?
I think Shakur has an issue with Pitbull. It's just guys like that.
That could be next. That could be next. I think Shakur got a fight, but that fight could be next. That could be a fight that they're working on right there. Pitbull versus.
That's a hard fight, Feek. That's a hard fight. Pitbull, Rolly, they washed each other out, but Rolly's a hard fight for Shakur. Even though where's Rolly fighting at 140 or 147?
They fought at 140. I think it was just catch weight 144. I think. It was up there on this fight. But look, let me ask you a question though.
Yes.
Teofimo looked pretty good.
He looked real good. Teofimo, bro, he looked good. That's 147, right?
He fought at
145.
Catch weight too.
So where he fight at 147?
But he fought at 140, but he fought at the catch weight, I believe, as well.
Okay.
This Turki Al-Sheikh is like creating a whole different. He got his own belts, and it's like he's coming in with his money and trying to change the game.
Yeah.
Rolly was a little mad with Turki Al-Sheikh as well. He's saying like he was promoting Ryan more than him. But look, I'm gonna ask you a question. Now you see Tank, he had his performance, right? Everybody was lagging on Tank, and then lead up to this fight, everybody like we're gonna see what they do. I think this was an opportunity for them dudes to make up some ground on Tank because of Tank lackluster performance, or I'll say Tank inability to stop Lamont Roach. But now looking at these fights, Tank still like light years ahead of them, man. Like he's still the king.
He's still the king. But let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Turki Al-Sheikh first. I want to talk about what he did to Rolly.
Yeah.
The reason he did that to Rolly is because Rolly was a PBC fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Does PBC still manage him?
I'm not sure. He might still be.
Tom Brown is PBC, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so Tom Brown is PBC. I don't know if he's still managed by Al Heyman. Is he still managed by Al Heyman? I believe so, right?
Probably so.
Rolly, right? So I believe that if you don't get all the way in bed business wise with Turki Al-Sheikh, I think he has tendencies to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
A lot of these fighters, you know, the promoters are saying go ahead and fight over there because the promoters are still getting a cut.
Yes.
Turki Al-Sheikh is just paying. He don't even care if he lose money. He's like, man, he's just trying to get his name out there, which is but I understand the strategy behind it. And all the fighters is going to fight over there with Turki Al-Sheikh because he's paying the top dollar.
Yeah.
But Tank is not going over there now. Tank go over there. Tank, you know, Tank gonna make a bag like Turki Al-Sheikh gonna take whatever he wants because it's gonna break the internet now.
Yeah.
But I just want to go back a little bit. I won't get too far ahead, but I think this was opportunity for Ryan, Haney, Teofimo to make some ground up on Tank. But they didn't want it wasn't nothing spectacular. And you can't say Rolly because Rolly already lost the Tank, so it can't, you know what I'm saying? But now look at these fighters, Haney, Ryan, and Teofimo. They didn't really look like they could beat Tank.
No, they can't. So the thing is that in boxing, everybody got to wash themselves. Everybody got to wash themselves out. Yeah. So what we now understand is that Tank is one of them guys.
Yeah.
In boxing, he's just one of those guys. He beat he went through Rolly, he went through Garcia, and what we wasn't paying attention to was none of those guys was fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
They was all ganging up to fight Tank, but none of them they was now forced into fighting different styles and fighting each other.
Yeah.
So that's what's been exposed. I'm gonna tell you something. I said it when we did the interview with Coach Calvin. Tank is one of them all-time great type of fighters, and he's such a little man. Just think about that. That's a little man fighting big men, knocking them out, doing whatever doing what he need to do to him. So they did. I don't feel like they look bad. I just feel like the truth in boxing had to come through. It was a reason why Guado was going to go fight Teofimo. That's what they call Guado. He was going to go fight what's the guy from Russia? Lomachenko.
Lomachenko.
Lomachenko from Ukraine, right? So it's the reason why he fought. They gave him Lomachenko, but they didn't give him Ryan Garcia. But right? Even though Lomachenko was doing what he was doing, but Lomachenko's small.
But Bob Arum wanted Teal to lose. I think he put that fight on because he thought Lomachenko was going to beat him. That's
I didn't think Lomachenko.
Bob Arum knew
I
that.
Never thought Lomachenko.
Lose him. I'm going to leave. Huh?
I never thought Lomachenko was going to beat
really?
What's his name? Teofimo. I didn't think he was going to beat him. He could box.
It's a game, man. He's at the top of his game around that time, man. So I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was too early. Because he only had 13, 14 fights.
I felt he had the skills to pay the bills. But what I didn't like was that they weren't that the whole boxing world was trying to find one fighter after another and to fight Tank, as opposed to letting these guys fight with each other. And now we're saying the truth. A lot of them can't beat each other.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about one person that I'm not happy with right now.
Who?
I'm not happy with Lamont Roach.
Why not?
Because when I hear him talk, and I looked at the fight, I was like, man, Lamont, you could have edged the fight. Right, but if you go look at the fight, he would have edged the fight because Tank did what?
Took a knee.
Took a knee, right? So you could give him the fight for that. But if you don't take a knee, do you give him the fight?
No.
There you go.
No.
Right.
He didn't dominate Tank.
Come on, man.
He didn't dominate.
Come on, and he's been doing a lot of talk. It looked like he's doing a lot of victory lapping, and he's saying a lot of stuff in boxing. And we look at fights. We seen Tank fight. We seen Tank fight bigger dudes than you, bro.
Yeah, but listen, the thing about it is, the Tank was on a knockout spree. He just one of the ones that didn't get knocked out. Now, my thing, what I told, I was talking to Coach Calvin about. I said Tank to me looked a little too muscular. I think if he goes back to that physique that he had when he fought, let's fight for what's the ball when he knocked out before Lamont.
Oh God,
I forgot his name. That's crazy. But
yeah, if he got out of the limelight,
yeah, he been stopped. So he got a but Tank go back to that physique. Whereas he's more like a reflect. It'll be a different fight. I don't want to see Tank. I don't want to see Tank coming in husky and straight. He was lifting too many weights too.
Well, Tank. He was only. Lamont was bigger than him for that fight. Lamont was at the 135 weight limit. Tank came in at 133, so he came in small for some reason.
Yeah, but I just think it's just a little. I think you just got to cut back on the
weight. The little muscle, the muscle.
The weight, yeah, because it's like Coach Calvin was saying, you got to have like that. It's like on a string, like
yeah.
But Tank punches was like, ooh, it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? When he
it wasn't flowing.
It wasn't like they wasn't moving.
It wasn't flowing. I hear you, right?
Had a power. The power gonna be there. I just think you just need to cut back on the weights just a little bit. Don't get too strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if they fight again,
too stocky.
Yeah, they supposed to fight again. I
I think if they fight, I think when they
July.
fight again, it's going to be. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be like a bloody fight when they fight again. It's going to be. I think around the third or fourth round, the boxing going to go out the door because I think Tank is going to go get Lamont this fight. Like I felt like he was like fighting off his back foot a little bit against Lamont, and I don't know why the corner didn't tell him to go to him. Because Tank would go step to him, and then he would let off the gas. And whenever he let off the gas, it looked like Lamont jumped on him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when Tank was moving forward, Lamont wasn't moving forward. He was getting hit. So I think a lot of his offense came back when he felt like Tank got tired and he retreated. That's what I think. But I think this next fight, I think that they feel each other out. I think it's going to get ugly. I think it's going to be a nasty fight when they fight again.
Yeah, I think
that's my opinion.
I think it probably be similar. I ain't saying Tank gonna stop Lamont. He could, because it's Tank. But I just think that Lamont just probably feel like he took his best shot. But I wouldn't be surprised if Tank did stop him because it's just because of who Tank is. But I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna happen because they know each other so well. But I think that if anybody can stop somebody, we all know it's gonna be Gervonta Tank Davis for sure.
Yeah.
Now,
yes.
What's called this fort? In a way.
Yeah.
In a way, he got dropped in this fight, second round. But it was second round. Then he stopped his opponent in the 8th round. They were saying in a way. A lot of people saying in a way, come up ain't want to come over here. But once again, who brings him over here? You know, and he performed. He got up off the canvas to stop his opponent in the 8th round. People saying he didn't want to come over here because he was on saying he on some type of PEDs. I didn't heard rumors saying he's juicing and so forth and so on. But he's over here in American soil now, and he did show that he was human. He got knocked down. He got caught with a good shot. Got knocked down. Got up on the 8 count, and then ultimately came back and stopped his opponent. What's up with Inouye? What you think about him?
I think Inouye is a pretty decent fighter. He's not one of. I don't feel like he's at the elite level. He shows some heart. He got some power. But if you get anybody that got skills and got some power to land that same punch, I think as he moves up in competition and get better people, get different guys who has power, I think he gets stopped early if he get hit with something. So he's a part of the hype train, in my opinion. He's a part of hype. I'm not really an Inouye fan. He got power. He got some skills, but nah. I mean, who's the guy that he fought? The guy he fought was a C-level fighter.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, like C-level fighter caught you with something like that. You just think about what's the kid's name from New York?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. Frank Martin. Frank Martin was
it's Frank Martin. Yeah, yes, Frank Martin. But what's the kid name from New York?
Shoo.
Shoot, come on, man. Shoo, man. Shoo hit him with that. If Shoo hit him with that, he do get up. He not gonna make it out the round. You got it's levels. It's levels to the skill set. So I mean, he's a good fighter. He's an international fighter. He's got the whole Asia on his back. Asia is such a big market, and hats off to them. They got them a champion, but over here in America, it's too much competition. It's just and everything stops with Shoo. Shoo shuts all programs down.
Barbarian letting that happen.
Letting Shoo and
Inouye. No, Barbarian. The stigma is that he don't promote African American fighters. Shoo get them titles. Yeah. Shoo get them titles and leave and go somewhere else. Yeah. He don't want to do that. But Shoo is a threat that I think he beats Inouye. I think he's a tough fight. I think I would like to see him and Cool Boy. Shoo.
Oh man.
Like, man.
Oh my God. Cool boy.
But you know, cool
boy. If he just had a touch of a little bit more power, can't nobody see. He got too much. Now you talk about fighters that's small and got stuff in their tool bag. For America, if you want to see a guy that got skills that can fight any type of way and get into his bag, whatever you doing, he could do with you. You got to go look at Schoolboy. Cool boy is just he's one of my favorite guys. I wish he had a little bit more power. Huh?
If he had power, it'd be unfair. You can't. You got too much skill.
You can't have everything. I just want him to have a little touch. Just if it could go up just like a half of a percentage of a knot, I would want him to have that because he's amazing to me. I mean, I think if people know boxing and you really look at him, like his skill set is just on a whole nother level. And he can fight. He can get inside, fight with you. He can bounce back to the outside. He can maul you. He got too much in his tool bag. His bag is it's a lot in there.
Real deep. So now there's a fighter from Philly who do got all the skills and the power.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Boots.
Let's talk about it.
Like Boots.
Let's talk about Boots.
Boots time, man. It's Boots time. 147 is always a wrap.
It is.
Everybody, it's
a wrap.
It's a stick up. Just get his hand belts over. You know, it's over.
It's over.
And now he got some money.
I don't think they fight him.
Listen,
they're not fighting him.
Listen, he got some money behind him now. He got them. They with the Riyadh season and all that. Eddie Hearn, they got some money over there, man. So now these dudes, I'm gonna pay you to fight me. Now you're gonna fight me. So now it's either the money ain't a problem. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no excuses. Right. You know, money. Every talking about the money. You're gonna make the most money you can make fighting Boots. Boots got all the money behind him. Everybody got the eyes on him, and when he fight now, people gonna be trying to check for him. So now, ain't no excuse. You might, if you don't fight, to get a belt. So Barrio trying to fight Pacquiao. You heard about that?
Yes, I heard about it. Listen,
come on.
I don't want to see Boots against
WBC. Be drawn with that. WBC gave Pacquiao the fight over.
He doesn't need to fight Mario Barrios. First of all, Mario Barrios is not getting in the ring with him. Unless they give him a crazy check. What's the other guy? Who else is over there? Brian Norman Jr. Yeah. We know Brian don't want to fight. Brian turned down $2 million already.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest fight. That was his biggest check he was ever going to get in his life.
He took $100,000.
Which is facts.
On Davis undercard.
Yeah. Come on, man. So I feel like Boots already is left 147. Boots got to go to 154. He got to fight Ortiz. That's the fight. He got to go to 154 and fight Ortiz. Yeah. That's the fight in boxing. It ain't nobody else. Nobody else is left at 147 feet. Everybody else is gone. Brian Norman Jr. sound like a good name.
But Brian Norman probably going to fight him now, I think.
He didn't fight him for $2 million. What are you going to get an extra? But they're going to give him 500 more thousand?
His back gets
He's not getting no money. He's not getting it. He's not a draw. He's not getting no more money.
His back against the wall now, cool.
I mean, unless Boots just want to beat him up, unless Boots has made a decision to say in the 147 division, I'm willing to get these guys. And he already gave the other gentleman from what was the other guy he just fought?
Who?
The guy he just knocked out. Said no mas.
What's called? Hey man, I be forget this guy's name, man, so fast. It's
Boost, he took a pay cut for that fight.
Yeah.
He had to get this guy more money to come and fight him. So he can't get nobody no more money. What are you gonna give Brian Norman Jr.? Another 250,000 extra, maybe 500 to knock him out? Come on, man. If you wanted to be a champion, Brian Norman Jr., that man offered you $2 million and you walked away from it.
Stanionis. That's what
Stanionis. Stanionis made more. That's the most money he ever fought. He made in his life.
He took a beating.
He took a beat and he did come out that round. And if I'm Boots, I'm like, man, let's go to 154. Let's go get Ortiz. Get Ortiz out of there.
I would try to get Brian Norman in the ring. Brian Norman he ain't got nothing lined up. Let's fight.
Brian Norman don't want to fight him.
I don't want to line. Let's fight, man. The money's here. Let's get it. Let me get that belt. Let me get that strap up off you, man.
He don't want. They not giving him the strap. They going to avoid that fight. Boots don't got no more time to. Boots don't have no more time to waste with them guys. They not unifying at 147.
Boots young though.
He young.
Boots young, man. He can sit around. He can stay at 147 probably. I say finish this year out at 147, and then next year 154. Because Boots probably can fight again in July, something like that, and then fight again at the end of the year. So that way, it might be 2 title fights. Only thing I'm a little skeptical about now, where he might not get that belt. Now Pacquiao will fight him if Pacquiao could beat.
Come on, Feek. You can't do that to boxing. You got in boxing. You got to see
Pacquiao fight Boots.
What I think Boots can do right now is in a position where he could probably hold belts in both divisions. So he can hold it in 147 at the super. What's the biggest you could be for 147?
Well, 147 pounds.
Yeah. So what do they call it? A super what? A super what?
We talk about
the weight class.
Or what 154?
Yeah. So if he I believe he can fight in both weight classes. I believe he can fight in 154, and I believe he can fight at 147. Go get a belt up there. Go get Ortiz out the way. You can if Brian Norman Jr. go down and fight a few of these guys, these contenders, and the fight makes sense, and he starts showing he got some great crazy knockouts. Go down there and take it. If you just want your legacy to be the unified, go back down there and do that. But Boots is ascending.
Oh, Boots
he's gonna keep going.
154 is junior middleweight division now.
Yeah,
I would just Boots. He can campaign. I would definitely I've always might just try to get those belts because he can fight Brian Norman maybe July somewhere around there. He win that fight, and then he get the win. Then he could possibly get the winner of Pacquiao and which call.
Listen to me, Feek. They not getting in the ring. They not getting in the ring with that boy.
If Tank knocked out Barrios, Boots definitely gonna knock.
I'm not
Tank, but I'm just saying Boots got power too, man.
Boots got nasty power. Boots is nasty in the ring. Boots want to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, he a nice guy and all that, but when Boots is a nasty fighter, I've been telling people this for years. Like, he a nasty fighter. He wants you to go home and your rib broke. You know what I'm saying? And your jaw wired. He like that kind of punishment. So I don't think it's a good fight for Barrios. I don't believe Barrios signed up for that. And Brian Norman Jr. got to get about 3 more fights under his belt before he's ready for Boots.
3 more? What? Boots wants to move up then if he not going to fight him this year.
He not. Well, it's a good fight. If Boots can make the weight and go up in 154 and win a belt, and then can campaign in between both of them, go back down just for a championship match against a guy like that, I feel like Boots in great enough shape to do that. But it ain't enough of that 147 for him no more, Feet. It's over. They all out of it, and they don't want to fight him. They don't want to fight him.
So, I mean, I agree. So now, let's talk about the other fight. You see Canelo fight Skull, and then he supposed to fight Crawford. Now, Canelo, this fight with Skull, it wasn't entertaining to me at all.
Yeah, it was
boring.
It was boring.
So Canelo gets past him. Him and Crawford faced off in the ring, right?
Yeah.
Crawford looked bigger than Canelo, man.
He is. Which makes you understand how great Canelo is, right? What happens in this fight? What happens? You gotta tell me what happens. What happens in this fight? Come on, man. We gotta be real. We gotta be real.
I think I can see it going both ways, but The only thing I'm a little skeptical. I'll tell you what I'm skeptical about with Crawford. Jumping up two weight classes. Going against somebody like Canelo, right? Canelo, multi-division world champion, decorated champion, been there with every style, power, skill, experience, everything. So you're going up. It's not like you fight somebody on the same level, same weight as you. You're fighting a bigger guy that has just as many skills as you. So for me, that's going to be stacked against Crawford. But if anybody can beat Canelo, it can beat Crawford. The only because they're trying to say Floyd did it, but my thing is Crawford don't have the agility, like the movements. Not saying he can't. He has a different kind of style, but the agility that Floyd has, the movement of being in your face, not Floyd got it all. Floyd be in your face, not in your face. Jab, he does stick jab to the bottom. Not saying Crawford can't. I just don't see Crawford being able to, withstand. But like I said, if anybody can do it, but Crawford's abilities, because Crawford is the ultimate champion. I'm not going to bet against Crawford, man, because I believe that he could get the job done. I just think it's going to be a tall task. I just think that I would love to see him win. It's just that I just don't know if what Canelo possesses is going to be too much. Now, Canelo also is getting old. Now, on the flip side, you got Crawford, right?
Yeah.
The switch hitter, very skilled, been in the game for years, decorated champion. He's been dominating everybody from 154 to I'm sorry, 135 up to I mean, might have fought
147.
He fought at 130, I believe, 135 or 147. This recently just fought at 154 and been dominating. Just hasn't fought at 168 before or 160. I'm skeptical, but like I said, anybody can do it. It's Crawford, but Crawford could be just trying to cash out, man. Get that 20, 30, 40 million, man. Put out
He cashing out. He cashing out feet.
So what you think? You think he gonna go in there and get stopped?
I think Canelo gonna go in there and stop him or try to stop him. I love Crawford.
He ain't no Charlo brother, man.
He not no Charlo. He not no Charlo. He not any of those guys.
He got this
because Crawford. Yes, because of his heart, because of his heart and his temperament, it's going to be he's going to engage. You gotta remember, man. That little joker they call Canelo has taken body shots. He's taking body shots from 168 pounders.
Beevil, 175.
Come on, man. So I don't see it happening. I mean, every time I wrap my head around it, I'm like Crawford, and every time I get back to Crawford, I say, "Well, is Crawford's skill set better than? He got more skills than Canelo? No. It's even a toss up if he's faster than Canelo. It's too many variables when it comes to the fight. But if anyone could go in there and shock me, I wouldn't be shocked if Crawford was able to pull a fight off. What I'm saying is, and I'm not a betting man. What I'm saying is I would not put all my coins in on no Crawford. Not coming up to fight him.
Yeah.
Not in his house. You got to come up and fight in his house. You never been there before. This is new to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You fighting arguably another Hall of Famer. Nah. I think Canelo comes in there bigger. I think he bullies Crawford, and if Crawford don't run that fight, it's a possibility he gets stopped.
I never seen Crawford run.
And that's what I'm afraid of.
But Crawford's strong.
But Crawford is strong, but he ain't Canelo strong. And he's I mean, can somebody help me out? Is he faster than Canelo? Is he twitchier more? Is he more twitchier than Canelo?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
And then when they get in the trenches and mix it up, Canelo just as aggressive as he is. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, you throw something at him, you throw a missile up in there at him, a missile's flying right back with crazy intentions on it. So I don't like this fight for Crawford. I never was a fan of this fight. My thing with Crawford is, man, keep making some money, fall back, and then have that super fight with one of these young boys. Then it's going to be a better fight where you're the favorite. You know what I'm saying? You gonna come out of there. You might come out of there without being damaged goods. He could actually come out this fight and be damaged.
What if he just fight Canelo, win, lose, or draw, come back down and fight Boots?
I think that's smart. I think that's a good fight, but are we still getting the same Crawford that come back down and fight Boots?
It might be damaged.
He might be damaged, man. We talking about Canelo. We talking about the Canelo that me and you watch up close, hit a big 154 in the body. He got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Touched him to the body. Whang! He ain't even want to fight no more. And we talking about a Crawford don't hit harder than this boy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Charlo. Yeah.
He got way more heart than most of those guys. Feet. He has probably the biggest, one of the biggest hearts in boxing as well. And he a monster and he a killer. But he fighting a killer that's bigger than him. Got the same skills or better than him. And when it get into the championship rounds, through that 6th and the 8th, he coming to kill you. He coming to go get Crawford. Once that 6th, 7th round and the weight difference, I'm about to come lean on you and hit you to the body. You know what he do?
Mm-hmm.
He do go switch his hand on you and get the flan on that body. I don't see Crawford standing up to that, man. I don't like the fight. I think if I'm his handler, I'm like, yo, y'all about to put him in here with a guy who looks small when you get up close. When they get in the ring, that's a big guy. He turned into a big guy on you in there. I think he gonna big guy Crawford. I think Crawford gonna do what he do, land some good punches, but it ain't gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough. And he one of the greatest fighters of our time. But he's fighting one of the other greatest fighters of our time. It's gonna get ugly in there for him. Ugly. I'm trying to say.
You think the Canelo gonna stop Bud?
I think Canelo gonna stop. I think it's gonna be ugly for Bud. Because Bud ain't no retreat fighter.
Right. I ain't never see Bud.
You ever see Bud get hit and stumble? He getting into a fight where he's been buzzed before.
And he got dropped, but it wasn't called a knockdown.
Listen.
By 140 pounder.
Listen, and all of that we talking about Spence stung. I forgot what round it was, but he countered Spence and then dropped Spence. But Spence hit him with something and backed him up against the ropes. You remember that?
But I don't really remember Spence doing too much in that fight, but I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying. Like,
no, I'm just saying that I saw some power. I saw him get hit with something, boom, and he leaned. I said, come on, man. And he was levels above Spence, but Spence still had enough power to make him feel something. He said he didn't, but I saw him go against the ropes, and then he counted off the ropes. You're not doing that to Canelo. Canelo sting you. Canelo going to stop, look at you. He just going to hit you with the stinger and then come back and get you again with the same joint later. That's how he fight. It's
mm-hmm.
And I don't like going against. I vowed that I wouldn't go against Crawford again, but not for a fight like this. Not for a fight like this. And if he go back down and fight Boots at 154, he go back down and fight Boots. That's another person that might
clip him too.
Well, we might be talking about he should have hung it up 2 years ago.
Well, maybe Canelo brings something out of Crawford that we ain't seen before.
I think anything's possible when it comes to Crawford. I don't want to be contradictory, but anything is possible. Could Crawford pull something out and possibly win a fight? Yeah, but all the chips are stacked against him, feet. It don't look good. It don't look good, man. It don't look good. Yeah, unless Canelo old, unless Canelo is much older than we think he is in the ring. Did he look old to you?
Look a little slow. Against Skull, he looked a little slow. Maybe it's because Skull wasn't engaging so much, but they looked like he was was boring. So maybe this right time to get caught and get stopped. I don't know. And Bud the right man to do it, but we'll see, man. We'll see. But
we'll see.
Other than that, Coop, I want you to let them know where they can, anyone looking for home care services, Mountain Care. Let them know about Mountain Care, man.
Yes, Mountain Care LLC. We're out in Las Vegas, Nevada. We got the best home care services in the West. You and your family members, you need any assistance, we're here for you. We have the A+ services, and we just looking to serve the community, man. That's all we looking to do.
And how can they reach us? What's the number? What's the phone number they can reach us?
Well, you guys can reach us at 725-340-1737, 9 to 5 every day. Give us a call. Like I said, we're here for the community. We love the community. We can't wait to service everyone in the community.
And where's the office located, Coop?
Our office is located in Las Vegas, Nevada, 1919 H Street, Las Vegas, Nevada, serving the historic West Side community. Everyone in Vegas that knows anything about Vegas, you know what the historic West Side is. You know what that represents for the neighborhood, and we're right in the middle of that, taking care of the people and taking care, furnishing jobs and taking care of the elders in our community. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, so if you need home care services, Mountain Care
LLC.
Heard it here first.
We here for it.
Yeah, TBISE, the best.
TBISE, the best in sports entertainment, baby. We doing. You working late tonight, see?